Cosa l'affascinava di questo personaggio? Perché questo non è solo un film su Shakespeare, è la storia di un uomo che rinuncia a mettere il proprio nome sull'opera più importante della storia dell'umanità.
Well, that's what intrigued me, to think that someone would have, contained and released these universes populated by these characters that have influenced Western thought for hundreds of years. And the thought that this man who, what intrigued me would be what pain that would cause, but at once it would be enlightening to have a mind like that, but not be able to put your name to it. Must have been a desperately lonely place to be. And I think that loneliness ultimately killed him, broke his heart.
Un altro elemento molto interessante di questo film è l'importanza della parola. Quest'uomo è convinto che le parole possano fermare la guerra, possano cambiare il mondo. È un bellissimo messaggio, però è anche un film sulla realpolitik.
Well, the idea of the pen being mightier than the sword is something that we are familiar with, but at that time it would have been extraordinary to think that words could ultimately be a force of change. But they were, the theatre then in London would have, I guess, had taken the same place as the internet does now. We were looking at a largely illiterate society. So the only place, the church was corrupt morally and theologically, I guess by then. It wasn't supplying people with answers or questions that needed to be asked. The theatre was doing that, and that's why the theatres were burnt to the ground over and over again. These were dangerous places, and for an aristocrat to write for the theatre would have been tantamount to high treason. That's why we present his anonymity in the film. He would have had to have written. It was such a paranoid society that the anonymity was paramount for him to continue to produce these works.
Lei è un attore straordinario, i suoi film sono sempre, lei esce sempre al massimo, però questa è la sua migliore un'interpretazione che forse solo un interprete come Alec Guinness avrebbe potuto fare. Come ci è riuscito? Come si è preparato?
Well, it is a very different role to what the wider public may have seen me play before. So in that sense, it was a huge relief, to just use another instrument in my arsenal. But what I guess the physical key for me was a man who would see so much and hear so much, but have to keep how it made him feel secret. And it's the secret, and so I just wanted to do something with his eyes, I just imagined him that every time he looked, he would be writing several things at once, creating several things at once. Just, I'm an amoeba in comparison to the guy I had to portray. So it was tough but very rewarding.